What I love is the English language. I love words, and this is going to be the word of the day. You guys ever heard the word dominion? Dominion. No? You have not heard it? That's crazy. Check this out. Dominion's a really cool word because nobody else can have dominion over your body. Not really, right? You have the decision always to do what it is that you want with your body, obviously, right? Yes, there are laws that restrict certain things, but I mean, for the most part, you can do whatever you want. Dominion's a really cool word because it means sovereignty. That's literally what it says, sovereignty. Now, sovereignty is also one of my favorite words. So this is going to be a little, what's it called? Really good at words today. Speaking of words, it's another one of my favorite words, and I didn't know that they meant the same thing, to be quite honest, until this moment. I think my brain is breaking. So sovereignty means supreme power or authority. Interesting. The authority to govern itself or a self-governing state. Sovereignty means I have dominion over myself. Fascinating. Two of my favorite words. My brain's like downloading all that right now. I don't even know what to do with that. I'll get back to you. This is gonna be good. All right, so my brain's still broken. I love it. I think it's fun. What's cool about this is it's been a word that I've loved forever. I think it's a very fascinating word. I also love dominion because we're literally the only I always say this, and this is the best part about learning quantum mechanics in the quantum realm. They have this saying inside of quantum mechanics: if you didn't exist in this world wouldn't exist. They've literally proven that your observation of reality creates reality. So your presence affects every other cell that you are around and in contact with, interact with, are aware of, because your observation of reality, your awareness of reality changes and interacts with the frequency of the cells of every living thing around you, then create your reality. Now, the only way that I've found, and please let me know if there's another way, to interact vibrationally with other people or other things is emotion. Now, when I first learned that I had a little gift and I was intuitive, I was like, cool, I'm part of this weird realm. So I went to anybody and everybody that was weird. Weird people, I was like, where are you? I was like 20 years old, and it was just, I still do this to this day. If there's somebody with a weird gift, like an intuitive gift, they're psychic, they're in some realm of the psychic realm, it's my favorite thing to try to understand how their gift works. Even if I've heard of a similar gift, everybody's a little unique in this realm. But I've learned that you can explain it really simply. Everybody's intuition is different. It is. But there are main modes and functions of how we interpret vibrational frequency, which is all intuition is. Intuition is literally us speaking without English, right? And the only way to speak without English is to learn the language of love. That's what I call it. It's a vibrational language. It's a felt language. You can feel it. So everything around you, I used to do this when I was learning about it. I was actually a construction worker at the time. I was building homes. And with every trade I was learning, I would learn to feel what I was doing. And that was a weird approach. But feeling how to finish concrete, right? Does this feel right? No, it doesn't quite feel right. All right, keep going, right? And then finishing it to a glass finish, making it look real nice. Learning quickly by feeling something out when it comes to what you're doing. Now, it's a different approach than what we're taught. Feel it out. Feel what it is that you're doing. Now, this is why I love golf, because golf is all about feeling it. And when we go through our emotional or our daily function, our emotional function is what kind of drives us. And I think it's becoming more and more apparent as we're getting to know each other through this digital function, getting to connect with each other through this interesting interface, which makes the world a lot smaller. I would never have the conversations or the insight that I have without this thing or the information. It's wild, right? As that does, it makes it, as we create a smaller world, it makes it seem like things are louder. But really what's happening is we're actually just interacting with more things. Our awareness is growing. We're aware of more things. Like before this cute little smartphone of a device and social media, we weren't really aware a whole lot of the rest of the world. We were aware of our own community and what was going on in our immediate realm. And we're the last generation, or at least I'm a part of the last generation, to understand what that feels like. It was great. It was awesome. Like, I'm sorry, but if you were a kid in the 90s, it was the absolute best. And what's fun about having your awareness restricted, right? You don't have access to all this other stuff. You want to learn things. It took a lot of effort. It doesn't take that much effort now. You just scroll, right? You just type in, what do I want to learn about, right? What do I want to understand? What am I curious about? Otherwise, you just had to like get information from Timmy down the street. And what was crazy about realizing and learning that my awareness is what's affecting reality and my interaction with things is that as we started to go through this, which most people don't realize unless you go through this transition of being a 90s kid, not having all the access. Kids today are just growing up on it. That's what it is. So there's a lot more anxiety. There's a lot more negative because we're getting a lot more mirror function, right? Our awareness goes out and we're aware of more things. And then it magnifies and comes back to us. It's in physics, you can look it up. It's literally called the feedback loop, right? Where our energetic bioelectric magnetic field is a toroid. It literally projects outward vibrationally and then gets returned back to our body, trying to get some understanding of what we actually are. That's all we're trying to do. When we love something or when we hate it is the only time that any of it matters. Now, a simple example is looking back to like high school. Speaking of the early 2000s, 90s, late 90s, when you think about high school, you only remember the stuff you loved and the stuff you hated. So it's our emotional system that's kind of creating our reality. Those are the things that we've held on to, that we cherish, that we hate, whatever it is. We love and hate them, right? So that's going back out because at the event is what mirrors back. So those events of high school, if you still remember any of those mirror back what's going on inside of you. You think it's the story, but you don't care about the story. You care about how it makes you feel. That's the mirror. That's what I'm talking about. The mirror function of this reality is your awareness. You're the only person with sovereignty or dominion over your emotions. Nobody else can interact with them. It's impossible. I can secondarily feel them. Yes, I have empathy, but you're the one that can make decisions. I can't do that for you. So that's the approach that I take with not only my coaching and my healing practices, but with myself, with my kids, with anybody that I know and want to teach. So if you want to learn more, let's chat. Ask me questions. If you made it to this whole video, congrats. It's a long one. But there's a lot more to learn about all this stuff. I'm going to try to continue to share and teach and get this stuff out there. Let's all get better at this.